Just realizing how bad my hair looks. Man, how are you guys doing? Had a crazy fun day. Been working on that koi pond and didn't shave, so got a little stubble here for you this evening. So I just thought I'd say hello and see if anybody was up and wanted to chat. I'm going to be working on my Meta 7 website here in a little bit, and probably more Sunday evening a little bit too. I need to make some additions and need to make some new groups. Mary Jane, hi, how are you? Violet, hi, how are you? Nice to see you guys. So I posted a video about a half an hour ago. Doesn't look like it got a lot of views since pretty much it was about the koi pond. Hi, Eileen, nice to see you this evening. But I was hoping to get a little feedback, see what you guys thought of the little PVC work I had done. It's not for everybody. Hi, Debbie. So I am procrastinating. I do need to work on the Meta 7 website this evening, but I've got plenty of time still to do that, and I have to get the boat ready to go. The darling daughter, Abby, and I are going to go. If you guys remember Twister from a video a few years ago, then Twister is going fishing with us tomorrow. Hi, Mary Jane. I'm sorry, we already said hi, but you are fasting today. Okay, because you had you ate meals yesterday because of Thanksgiving. Yeah, today would be a good day for a lot of people that want to fast twice a week because of the holiday. You could go early like I did on Wednesday, or you could go later like Mary Jane is doing. Hi, Kelly. So you like the fish pond? Hey, Darla. How's Oklahoma? Are you guys enjoying the nice warm weather that we've got today? Because it is really nice out there. I'm in short pants, short sleeve shirt, and been out. Like I said, I was expecting rain today. We had a 70% chance of rain all day, and then the last minute they dropped that. So whatever front was supposed to come through either didn't get here yet, or it's changed directions. I appreciate the compliment, Mary Jane, but my koi pond looks terrible right now. There are some videos out there of the koi pond before I disrupted the ecosystem by removing some plants that I didn't like, but I'm fixing it. And I also had an issue where we had some water palms. Water bamboo that was growing in the corner on the right-hand side that actually pushed up that big plate, that big piece of sandstone. So I had to remove the plant and then pulled the stone off and put down a lot of construction adhesive, a whole tube full of that construction adhesive, then put the slate back in place. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to look great once once I get the thumbs up from the DW, then I'll take it apart and carefully reassemble it. This time I'll glue it, of course. Right now it's a low pressure system, so it can run. I'm not worried about it, popping apart or something this evening. But it would be, yes, in the 70s with the front door open. We're having some beautiful weather, and yeah. Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. Good to see you. But those little cup areas in the front those are going to hold little pieces or little collections of the water bamboo, but I'm going to keep them trimmed about 18 inches. Too cold in Connecticut. Yeah, I imagine so. I imagine you guys up north are enjoying some cooler weather, but it's nice here. And I've already taken one of the fishing poles and I've upgraded the line. And I'll be doing that to another pole a little bit later, and then getting everything stocked up on the boat, getting all the life preservers in and all that fun stuff. And then it looks like it's going to be Twister and Abby. Hi, Rita. And we are going to be leaving out, trying to leave at 6. So I'll hopefully have everything hooked up this evening and ready to just turn the truck on and go in the morning. And that's the plan. So how is everybody doing? Do you have any suggestions for the Meta 7 website? So if you've not been to meta-7.com, but you would like to, then take this opportunity to take a look at the website, because I'm going to be working on that. Violet, you've never been fishing, huh? Christine, hi, how are you this evening? So we're just kind of discussing it being the holiday weekend and what we're doing. And I finally got through to the last email that was in my inbox. Somebody had emailed me and had a really interesting discussion with one of our viewers who has developed her own line of natural perfumes. And so we chatted today, and she wants to see if we'd be interested in possibly co-promoting or helping her promote. And I said, send me a sample, but I would sure like, we always want to help our viewers out. And if there's a way we can do that, we're going to do that. So your son's been fishing, but why? Well, Violet, we've got to fix this problem. I mean, obviously you need to go fishing at some point. I mean, it's easy. The DW thought I was a little bit nutty last night. I had the lights on over the swimming pool, and I was testing out a couple of different lures that we're going to be using tomorrow. I was testing them in the swimming pool. So not the koi pond, the swimming pool. That's right. So we're going to be going out and getting some fresh air and sunshine. Hey, Debs, how you doing? Good to see you. How's Lee? Hope you guys are doing great. Anyway, that's what we've got planned on for tomorrow. Good. She still loves it. Yeah, it's tough. It is. It's tough. But you gotta keep moving on, right? We got to keep getting up every day, and we got to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and we got to keep trying to do our best every day. They eat the flounder they catch. So you guys, do you catch, what size are the flounder? I know that the flounder get all the way up there. I'm curious, Mary Jane, what size are the flounder in your area? Hey, Lee, welcome. Welcome. Onward and upward. That's right. So, yeah, well, good. Well, I'm hoping the darling daughter, I'm hoping Abby will catch a fish tomorrow. She went last time and we didn't have any good luck at all. But the time before that, I caught some really nice trout. And, okay, can't keep anything smaller than 19 inches. I think that we're somewhere around maybe a little bit smaller than that. I don't think they grow quite as big here. So, and of course, they're easier to catch in November because they are migrating back out into the ocean, supposedly easier. But gigging is not allowed during November, but it is during December. So there'll be a lot of gigging that'll happen. And of course, that doesn't fit what I do. I'm more interested in just catching and releasing, just catching for fun, for the sport. And I think Abby feels the same way. Although we do have one of the nurse practitioners in our clinic, Jennifer, who made me promise if I caught a really large flounder to keep it for her. Gigging is basically you use a gig and they get out into shallow water out in the bay and they move very slowly. And you have a barbed device that you just jam down and you stab into the fish and you pull it up and you put it in the cooler. That's gigging. Yeah, I think ice fishing might be interesting. I would actually give that a try if I ever had the opportunity. I would definitely give ice fishing a shot. I think though that if you do you pitch a tent or do you have some kind of cabin or something? Do you drag out onto the ice? I know there's got to be a way you do it where you stay warm. I mean, you sure need some kind of wind block, I would think, and then you drill a hole in the ice, right? And oh yeah, Mary Jane, I agree. I mean, if you're gigging, I mean, you're basically just you're stabbing the fish and you're bringing it in, and it's been done for years and years. That's how they harvest the fish. I don't do it, obviously, because I'm not interested in the meat, right? And I've never been flounder gigging, but I do enjoy the fishing, but I catch and release. And in the summertime, I'll get out in the surf and fish overnight and catch shark, and then that's fun for me. But again, I just let them back in. Put it back in the water. Check out Ice Castles. That is a trailer for ice fishing. Interesting. Self-contained RV with portholes in the floor. That sounds pretty good. I know they make tents, right? Don't they make tents also for ice fishing? Yeah. Okay. Shanties or something. I know I've seen some advertising for those large fences or those large tents for fishing, for ice fishing. And I've also seen, but I think pretty much ice fishing involves whiskey of some sort. Yeah, I would hope so. Vanessa, I am extremely close to the Sam Houston National Forest. In fact, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, I went and picked up my youngest son. My middle child, had to pick him up, and I drove through a portion of the Sam Houston National Forest. So yeah, that's right. That's right on our doorstep. Yeah, I don't think sitting out on a lake where a hole is a frozen lake where a hole has been drilled through doesn't sound like fun to me. I would want to have some kind of some kind of shelter. That is interesting on that. I think that if if you've got the guts to drive out onto a lake and lower your RV and it's got a floor that opens up, I know they get pretty solid. I do know, how you're talking to a Texas boy here. I mean, I've only read about these things. Yeah, no, no Bigfoot or anything like that out here. That's more for the Pacific Coast folks. But if you've heard some interesting stories about the Sam Houston Forest, National Forest, I'd sure like to know. I haven't heard any of them. Anybody have any suggestions for the Meta 7 website? Do you think I ought to make any significant changes? I am going to be putting the Bone Builder pack in there this weekend. So that's going to be in there. Also, I may be looking at some other packs coming up. So we'll be working on that and appreciate your support on that. So look for that this weekend, and maybe we'll make some video tomorrow of somebody catching a fish, I hope, and update my picture. Mary Jane, you just keep getting after me about that. Yeah, I need to update my picture. You're right, I do. I'm not that. I'm a lot thinner and older now, so maybe I can get the DW to take some picture of me. Ice Castle show. Sure, I'll show it. Yeah. Ice Castle FH. I don't know if I click that, I don't know what happens, so I'm not going to click it, but I'll let everybody else look at it if they want. Does Abby catch and release? Yes. Yeah, she does, Violet. In fact, we are bringing Twister with us. If you guys remember the old video from Twister and Twister's mom and all of that, Twister is coming fishing with us. He said he's going to bring his baby Lung since he doesn't have a full, I believe it was the right lung. He doesn't have as much lung capacity, but he's pretty excited about getting out on the water tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll have him along, and then Abby. So I'll have one person help me with the boat, getting on and off the trailer, and that's my big issue, is getting the boat on and off the trailer safely is sometimes a little bit challenging, but we'll definitely do that. We've got, oh, you coming in?
Is that
yeah, no, that's fine. Come on in. It's not, you're bringing in Coco Skin Plus. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're getting paid. Well, I wonder who I've got to talk to get paid to do that. So Abby is bringing in, we got a new shipment in of the Coco Skin Plus. So what kind of boat do I have? I have a 2017 Mako Pro Skiff. I had some pictures. I'm straight on YouTube right now, so I don't think I can introduce pictures here. But I may be able to get a link for it, and then I can put that up for you guys. But mine's got some stuff added on to it. Mako Pro Skiff 19. It's a 19-footer. It's got a flat bottom.
Oh, Dad, we have fish.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You got a pet skiff. I mean, a pet fish. All right. So here is a link to kind of what it looks like. But mine has, it's interesting. It has, it's bone colored, and it has a large aluminum awning set up on it with the they call them rocket launchers, where you put the poles on the back. It's about an $8,000 upgrade, and it's not really something that people who fish in the bay like or want. Saw a video of me on Dr. Oz today. Well, that's interesting. I think they ought to ask me before they put me on Dr. Oz. But anyway, so it had some extra things on there, and that's why it didn't sell. So, but I happen to like those things, even though I'm out in the bay. So they basically gave me the boat for the same price as a 2019 model, with all of that stuff, and a depth finder, fish finder, and also a radio. So I got probably $10,000 worth of add-ons for the price of the boat. I mean, it was just thrown in there because it was a 2017 model. And so mine has all the stuff. I'm sure it's on other videos. I put a picture. If not, you'll see a picture tomorrow, or a picture of the video that we'll make tomorrow. I'm sure we'll make some kind of video tomorrow, and it should be fun. So, yeah, I like. And last time we were out, we actually got into some rain. So, because you know, it was just Abby and I, and we were under the awning, so that was nice to have. Yeah, I remember that, Eileen. But what I'm wondering is you know, do they have permission to just use that indefinitely on other shows? I mean, really, you know, I was on. I found one of a story about me on some news program, and talking about one of my patients or something, and they just feel that they can just use my stuff whenever. Usually if they would just ask, I'll just say sure, but I mean, I'd like to be asked. Anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. I just think it should, you know, they should be polite and they should ask. Anyway, it's not about the money always. I don't mind sharing the stories, you know, but it is, you know, there's a lot of work. If it was on YouTube, I don't care. I mean, that's fine. I didn't know Dr. Oz had a YouTube channel, but everybody else does, so why not? Hi, Penelope. Nice to see you. Hi, Karen. You saw it. Okay. Yeah, maybe they just talked about it, but you know, I think it's making news since Dr. Lee is doing some television thing or something. So, whatever. So if I was on I know Dr. Oz has, you know, a lot of, you know, TV exposure and things like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you guys got to know, I don't really watch a lot of live TV. So, if it was a live thing, I certainly didn't see it. Typically, if there's a television show on in my house, it's one of two things. It's either the DW, who loves to watch these makeover programs for homes, or the Flip It kind of thing. She just really loves that stuff because she comes from a designer family. So they do designing, and she could probably have her own show doing that if she wanted. Or if I watch something, I'm usually watching a series, and you know, and I'll watch them from the beginning to the end. So when somebody says, "Hey, have you seen Game of Thrones this week?" or what? No, because I'm not going to watch any of it until it's completely over. And then when it's over, I'll watch a few episodes. And if I'm interested, then I'll watch the whole thing, usually commercial free, and wait till it shows up free on Amazon Prime. Or we don't have Hulu right now. We used to have Hulu for a while, but we decided we were just spending way too much money on all this stuff, and we weren't using it. We had hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 or more channels on it's a waste of money. And so we've gotten rid of everything except we do have a dish, and the dish is going. And as soon as the DW is ready, we're going to get rid of the dish. Of course, you can't remove the dish once. Baby, just leave it open. That's fine. Once you can't take the dish off the roof once it's put on, and she was upset when they did that because they didn't really ask her where they were going to put it. But just go. It's okay, honey. Don't worry. We're just chatting. It's no big deal. You're doing a great job. Thank you. They're bringing that stuff in. The DW prefers that I do not do that task, although I'm more than happy to do that task. So once we in our subscription time period that we had to have for, I guess it was 2 years or something, and we're up on that. And she only watches these home makeover kind of shows. And quite frankly, most of what I watch is part of my Amazon Prime account. So I don't need to pay for TV. I have an Apple TV apparatus attached to a television, so I can just basically just use my phone, pick whatever I want to watch, and I use it, and that's what I watch. So thank you, Sue. Hey, Super Ronnie, good to see you. Eileen says she's seen you on Dr. Oz today with Sandra Lee. Wow. Okay. Well, I wonder what the topic was. Maybe they were, again, probably promoting. My guess is they were promoting her TV show of some sort. I know that there are a lot of, I don't know, there are a lot of. It's really an interesting thing to me because if you look at the list of the top, YouTubers out there, these are people with millions and millions, 10, 15 million subscribers, and what's interesting is, they're very popular. I don't know why they're not on television in some cases. I know Dude Perfect, I think, got a show. Anyway, so, it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. So keep that in mind. And, so when you look at, this stuff, when you create, stuff, it can show up anywhere. And if it did show up on Dr. Oz, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't know much about Dr. Oz. I've heard that he had some issues with promoting items or ideas that were not really science-based at one point. I know there was some controversy about that, but I wasn't really up on any of it, so I didn't have an opinion one way or the other. So anyway, they're bringing in the Cocoa Skin Plus, and I can't remember if that is on the Meta 7 website right now, so I'm going to take a quick look. Take a look right now. Products. Okay. Cocoa. Yeah, we have the Cocoa Skin. So we're bringing in more Cocoa Skin because we've been running low, and we're almost out of the 30-day Meta 7. It has. We have an order in. We have a large order in that we're expecting hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and the Meta 7 90-day, we did just recently get a big order in, so we're okay on stock there. But yeah, Christine, that's what I heard. Wrong info and such, and again, I'm not gonna judge any other physician. I don't, it's not my place to critique other docs, and I've had people send me links and say you should say something about this or you should say something about that, and I just politely decline because I don't know the whole story behind it. You can't afford Meta 7 right now, but when you do, should you get a 30-day? Well, I mean, you're asking the guy that sells it, so I'm going to tell you, of course, get the larger supply. But I mean, if you really want to try it to make sure it works for you, get the 30-day. I mean, yeah, it was like a rerun on you. Yeah, they rerun that video a lot. There seems to be a lot of interest in it, and I'm not sure why. it wasn't a really big deal. I flew out to LA. They brought us. I mean, she had been on the doctor. She's on the doctor show all the time, or at least she was. Plus on a lot of other, she's been very much interested in I think getting a show for a long time, and I'm glad for her because she's a very nice person. But I question the whole idea of why people watch in the first place. I know some people have obsessive compulsive disorder, and it seems to relax them by watching it. I think they're just interesting. And I rarely go back in and look. And once I make the video, or once I shoot the raw video, now I ship it off to the editors and let them do their thing with it. But beyond that, it holds no real fascination for me. So, but for others it does. But what's interesting to me is here's a situation where what we're doing, what a lot of doctors are doing with the procedures and so forth. Hey, Katrina, YouTube has decided it's too graphic for their advertisers. So if YouTube can't find advertisers to match up with what we're doing, then how is it we're going to put it on television and it's going to be easier for them to match up advertisers? I find it really questionable. But like I said, I hope it works out for her. I really do. And that she's very successful with it and goes on, and whatever she's seeking, she finds, because I know she's worked hard to do this for a long time. But yeah, I mean, some people find it interesting, and as long as we're able to keep making them, we will. Obviously, if we were dependent on the money from advertising, we wouldn't be able to continue doing it from that standpoint. It just costs too much to have the editing done and that kind of thing. So there you go. And I used to do my own editing, and I can't anymore because if I spend too much time working on detailed things, then of course it gives me a lot of neck pain, and you guys know that. So, but I'm happy to work with a really great organization out of Florida that does the editing. I think they do a decent job with it. And they also handle the Meta 7 on Amazon for us, so we don't worry about that. And we just take care of the local stuff. So anyway, so here we are. What is it? 6:45. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that like it, and I try to mix more than just the skin procedures. Being a family medicine doctor, I have a lot more opportunity to show different kinds of procedures that can be office-based, and also talk about other things. And it gives us an opportunity to get into those different areas that are just as important, I think, if not far more important. I think a lot of the procedures that we do, for example, like the fellow, I believe it was Quail, that had the little cyst on the neck. It was a beautiful little cyst. It was fun to do, but it's not as important as keeping your blood pressure under good control. It's not as important as reducing your risk. Who knows? The truth about Dr. John Gilmore cyst popping compilation. Okay, so was it? I have. I think there are 3 different channels that I'm associated with that have some kind of audience. One is like a doctor's kind of channel. One's my main channel, and then I think they even have another one that we collaborate with some other guys with, and gals and other doctors. And so anyway, so we do a lot, and we've probably cumulatively had somewhere around 500 million or so views, and so that's exciting. But a lot of it has been stuff that we've had remade. We take and we do the best of, and we rework a lot of it. And oh, well, thank you, Super Ronnie. I appreciate it. Yeah, like on the fan page, we do the fan page, and then we have a doctor's page too, where we bring in some. There's lots of other docs out there that want to do what we've done, but they really can't break in or what, and so we help give them a platform where they can bring in, they can share their stuff on our channels. YouTube just has a problem with doctors making videos, yet they have no problem with showing the ones of people popping pimples and swearing. If YouTube finds those videos, they will block, they'll demonetize them. They'll allow them, but they will demonetize them. So anyway. Well, thank you. I have lost a lot of weight. I've lost more than 50 pounds. I made some significant changes in my diet and my lifestyle. So I don't think of it as a diet. It's more of a whole food plant-based lifestyle or a vegan lifestyle. It's more specific than vegan. It's whole food plant-based. It's eating the healthiest stuff. And I've been able to lose a lot of weight. And that's just sort of an outward appearance of what's inward, what's happened. But my pre-diabetes has gone away. My kidney function has dramatically improved. My cholesterol and triglycerides came way down into the normal range, and they were very high before, and I was having to take medication for that. I had to use inhalers to breathe correctly. I couldn't carry on conversations with my patients without having to stop and take breaths unless I had used an inhaler that morning. So I don't have to use the inhalers now. And I also don't have to use the blood pressure medicine. I was on 2 different blood pressure pills. So all of that has happened to basically because I made a decision to change my lifestyle. And it has not been easy. It would be dishonest for me to tell you that what I've done has been easy for me to do. And others are, maybe it's easier, and others it might be more difficult. But for me, it was not easy. And it is a day-to-day thing. In fact, I just went in. And for my Thanksgiving, somebody asked about how my Thanksgiving feast was. It was fantastic because the DW made sure that there was a dish just for me. And it had like a garlic flavored cauliflower and string beans and all kinds of Brussels sprouts and good stuff. So just a little while ago, I took some of those leftovers, put them in a pot, and I took some soy curls. There's a company, I believe it's called Butler, but they make a product called soy curls, and basically they're dehydrated little soy product. But you take and you put it in, you add water to them, and you just let them sit out on the counter for about 15 minutes or so, and it soaks up the water, and then you throw them in whatever you want. So I threw them in with some of the leftovers, heated that up. I added some grill your blank off grilling powder and a little bit of Lowry's, and let that all mix up. And then I took some spinach tortillas out of the refrigerator, and I just put a little on there, rolled it up. And so I had 3 of those delicious whole food plant-based or vegan tortillas for lunch. They were for supper. They were fantastic. And the third one I did, I added some vegan, some imitation cheese to, and gave it a little bit more flavor. Thank you, Super Ronnie. My health has greatly improved. Well done. It's not easy, no. And I could lose a few more pounds. Hey, Lori, thank you. Happy birthday. Day late for my Thanksgiving birthday. I was born on Thanksgiving Day, so I feel entitled to celebrate Thanksgiving, my birthday on Thanksgiving every year, irrespective of whether or not the actual day falls on Thanksgiving. I still celebrate it. How's my neck feeling today? A lot better than yesterday. Yeah, thank you. A lot better. And getting outside and doing some stuff was helpful. And in just a bit here, I'm going to have to get out and get the boat ready to go out in the morning. So I'll be moving some things around. Fortunately, all the big work on that was done when I brought it in, cleaned it up, got it all ready to done. I just have to put new line on one of the poles, and then we'll be ready to go. So Abby's going with me in the morning. And then if you guys remember Twister, back from the old Twister video, he's coming with us in the morning. So it'll be a good time. We'll have some fun. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. Thank you very much. Yeah, yesterday was kind of a tough pain day. Don't know why. It was just a tough day. So, yeah. Okay, so I believe I got to all of the questions that were emailed to me. If you have a question for me that you'd like to ask me, but you don't want to ask here, I'm going to give you my email address. So there that is. And if you want to ask me something specific and get a non-specific reply, can't practice medicine over the internet, but I can give you some information. Generally, I can point you the right way, or I can give you some ideas that will help you. if you have a medical question, and I'm happy to do that. And so please feel free to do that. And so I think I'm going to have to wrap it up here in just a few minutes. But, oh, did you get everything in?
No, I'm splitting it up over the course
Okay.
of a couple days.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to go get the boat ready, which means getting it all hitched up and everything. So we're going to do that. And the next time I'm scheduled with a whole food plant-based discussion with Sue is going to be Monday. And unless something changes, that'll be 6 o'clock U.S. Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, or midnight UK time. And she has a guest that she's bringing this time, so that should be exciting. We're calling ourselves the YouTube Vegan Club. Was that other word gets everything flagged, Rita? So we're not going to say that. We're just saying the Vegan Club. All right. So spread the word. We want to invite everybody to come along and ask their questions. We're hoping to grow, and we want 1,000 vegans. Sue wants 2,000. I'm happy to get 1,000. All right, Violet, I'll have Abby catch a fish for you. So you guys have a great night, and we'll try to get some video for you tomorrow. If we catch any fish, it should be a really exciting, but it should be beautiful tomorrow. So there should be no excuses. The winds are going to be perfect. It's going to be sunshine is going to be out. It's going to be 70 degrees. It should be marvelous. So I'm going to go get the boat ready, and then I'll be working on the meta7.com website and get that new bone builder product on there. So good night, everyone. I love you all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm caught up now, so let's go. You guys are, you're letting me down on these questions. I need some good questions. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.